King Goodwill Zwelithini has been laid to rest in a private ritual ceremony. His memorial service will be held later this morning at around 10 a.m. That's where President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to deliver the eulogy. Now, our reporter Mbali Tetani is in KwaNongoma for us this morning, covering various aspects of the story. In fact, Mbali, you're at the King Goodwill Zwelithini High School for us this morning, where I'm sure tributes abound as well.
Well, Michelle, preparations are still underway here at the Ketamtandayo Palace, and of course we do know that that memorial service is expected to take place this morning, and it is expected to start at 10 o'clock this morning. We do know that President Cyril Ramaphosa is expected to deliver the eulogy, a quite significant moment which is taking place. And now, Michelle, I'm just going to bring in a principal. She is from a school called King Zwelithini Primary School, and that is situated in Soweto, in Mdeni. Lindiwe, if you can just give us the background and the history of the school. How was it formed? When was it formed?
Good morning. It happened decades ago when the king visited Soweto, and he spotted a piece of land at Mdeni, and he said they must build a school and name it after his name, and the school was built. And it started operating in the 1976 because the school was built in 1974. Till date, the school is working effectively.
And when it came to the kind of role in which the king played at the school in which you are the principal of, just tell us more about that. Was he involved in the school, and what was the role he played?
We are so humbled as the whole community of Mdeni because King Zwelithini Primary is not the only school. We also have Mseni and Mdeni Junior, and we were so touched by the king. The role he played was the teachings of respect, peace, and of our culture, and respect all the people, irrespective of who you are and where you come from. And also, he also taught us not to be lazy, to focus on our agriculture. As we know, as the black people, we survive on agriculture, and we are having gardens that feed our school on a daily basis. He also roped some sponsors, big companies like Transnet, and we have a huge library at school that is used by the whole community and the neighboring schools. And we also have the playgrounds, and we can accommodate youth even during holidays, and they are kept at school with the busy working library, and they also play games.
And now that he has passed on, when you learned about the news of his passing, how did it make you feel?
We were so saddened, but at the same time so humbled, and we felt blessed to have been touched by His Majesty. We are going to remember him in a happy way because whenever he visited the school, the children were laughing. It was so loud, and it was a happy moment. But we are taking with us what he taught and what he started with us, and we are taking it with us, and we are going to live with it. We're also looking forward to the relationship that His Majesty has started in our school, so that we look forward to working together with the monarchy.
And going forward, what kind of role do you think the next king should play of significance to your school?
We hope and pray that the next king continue where His Majesty has started. We're looking forward for the relationship. That's all I can say.
And any words of comfort to the family during this difficult time?
We as the school, King Zwelithini Primary School, we'd like to send our condolences. We are saying it's not only the family, but it's the whole nation, irrespective of culture, irrespective of race. We are so touched because we know that His Majesty was the king of all the people.
Thank you very much, Lindy. Of course, Michelle, that is the principal of the King Zwelithini Primary School, which is situated in Soweto. And you'd know that, over the past couple of days, one thing that the King has been hailed for is his role in education, in the building of schools. And this is something that we continue to see. Just giving us the history and the background of the King Zwelithini Primary School in Soweto, saying that it was back in the 1970s when he just spotted a piece of land and said that this should be a place of learning.
Bali, before we let you go, you've been in KwaNongoma for the better part of the past week. Today, it's a cliched question, but what is the mood there today? I know that many media broadcasters like ourselves are also there tracking the story from all angles, but what are people saying about so many people descending on the area today and over the past few days?
Well, Michelle, if I can just talk about the mood, it is really quite a somber mood. I mean, just going around talking to people who have arrived and who are hoping to also be part of the celebration. But I must say that a number of people have been concerned about COVID-19. And just yesterday, Michelle, when we saw the amaButho arriving, you'd know that it started raining at the same time when the King's remains descended here at the Ketamthandayo Palace. One of the people I was even standing with, those who were there to witness the occasion, were saying that, they are quite frightened that people were so closely knit up against each other because of, firstly, the weather and, of course, the occasion that was taking place. People are wearing masks. They are being quite strict on that. And, Michelle, I must say that the Royal Palace has been trying to play its role when it comes to ensuring that people are wearing masks and they are also sanitizing at the same time. I know that even when you stand at the gate, there are a couple of nurses there and, those who are also part of the royal household who are walking around with sanitizers to ensure that at any moment that people are able to access those sanitizers and, of course, apply social distancing. But, Michelle, it really has been quite difficult because the numbers have been a lot. Just looking at particularly yesterday, even over the past couple of days, a number of people have been making their way to the palace. It has been difficult to control the amount of people here, but the royal household has been trying, but it is quite difficult, especially, Michelle, when you have large gatherings like when we saw yesterday with amaButho and amaGigi arriving here to bring King Zwelithini's remains home.
Yeah, it's such an incredibly difficult question. How does one lay a king to rest in the midst of a global health pandemic? Mbali Tethani, thanks very much for that perspective there for us from KwaNongoma. In fact, Premier Sihle Zikalala in KZN saying that he's urging people, if they can, to please try and attend this event or pay tribute to this, mark this event in the way that they want to, but to try and do so from home, given the risks of this event becoming a COVID-19 super spreader event.